Dear friends, today we celebrate the feast that goes back more than 15 centuries. It's a day when we honor all the saints in the church. During the liturgical year, we honor particular saints on certain days of the year. The individuals who stood out with outstanding Christian qualities, reflecting the light of Christ in this world. Today, however, we honor all the saints, the ones who are canonized and those who did not make to the official list. In the early church, people became saints by public or popular acclamations. In the Middle Ages, there was a formal procedure or process that was established to examine a person's life. Sometimes this process could take centuries, even to try the patience of a saint. When we look at the saints, they appear to be heroic. People like Saint Francis of Assisi, Ignatius of Loyola, Mother Teresa. They seem to be so far away from our times. In fact, saints are not genetically different from us. They are just like any one of us. But they opened themselves to the grace of God. And in that way, they are the real models for us to follow Christ. If we say that we live in a challenging times, so did the saints. Of course, we live in a time when there is disregard for sanctity of life. Of course, we realize we live in a time that challenges the teachings of the church and Christian virtues. So did the saints. Every generation has its own period of trials and tribulations. In short, the saints we honor show us that holiness is not made in heaven. It is worked out here on earth. And therefore, it's a universal call to all the believers. And it is possible for anyone, anywhere, anytime. In today's gospel reading on the Beatitudes, Jesus gives a series of things that most of us would probably avoid. And yet Jesus tells us we will be blessed if we have them in our life. Some of them seem to be rather attainable, but others are counter-cultural, like the poverty of spirit, mercy, meekness, or even insults in the name of Christ. However, Jesus promises that those who believe in Him and follow His teachings will be blessed in God's kingdom. Beatitudes are a helpful yardstick by which we can measure our own spiritual life. Let me share with you Dr. Dooley's life, who followed the Beatitudes in a secular way. Dr. Tom Dooley was a Navy doctor, fresh out of the medical school in the 1950s. One day, his ship picked up about 1,000 refugees from Vietnam after the war. Tom was the only doctor on board. So immediately, he plunged into the back-breaking task of attending to these refugees. Some of his naval superiors discouraged him from doing that. Yet, Dr. Tom saw that treating these people who were already helpless in their life made him happier than he ever been in his life. He always loved the Sermon on the Mount, and especially the Beatitudes of Jesus. He then said, "Blessed means to be happy and that's what I want to be in my life. Hence, Beatitudes are the prescription for our true happiness. Dear friends, the lives of saints are an inspiration to all of us. The lives of saints are not just limited to what was in the past, but it can be an inspiration even today in our life. Saint Jose Maria Escriva from Spain speaks about being a saint. He said, "Don't forget, the saint is not the person who never falls, but rather the one who never fails to get up again and with a holy stubbornness." Dear friends, let us therefore assume this holy stubbornness and remember how Jesus ends the Beatitudes in today's Gospel. Be glad and rejoice, for your reward will be great in heaven.